Hello, guys. Welcome to the third episode of 2050, where we talk about very interesting topics related to millennials. Today, we have with us very interesting guests, Vineet, who is an aficionado of health and fitness, and we have another guest. We have Harish, दोनों अमेरिका से है, काफी फिटनेस फ्रीक बोल सकते हैं, फिटनेस के डेली रूटीन में काफी fitness conscious so it would be very interesting to hear from them some fitness tips and we will also try to cover some questions in our mind. I will try to cover generic questions और I hope कि इनकी दी हुई टिप्स हमें काफी हेल्पफुल होगी हमारे रूटीन लाइफ में फिट रहने के लिए. So let's start with today's topic, which is stay fit, live fit. And let's start with our first guest, Vineet. So Vineet, क्या है मतलब what is stay fit, live fit? कहाँ से start हुआ? If you would like to share your any particular incidents in your life which triggered this stay fit, live fit concept.
Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, depending upon whichever time zone you are in. तो भाई विवेक, ऐसा है कि अभी अगर मेरा किसी ने प्रोफाइल पिक्चर देख लिया फेसबुक पे या फिर व्हाट्सएप पे तो मोटिवेट होना तो दूर डीमोटिवेट जरूर हो जाएगा. So I guess whatever I'd be sharing would be based on my prior experience around working out and then playing sports. But then life में कुछ चीज़ें, कुछ टाइम पीरियड, कुछ स्लैग ऐसे आता है कि I've turned myself into वो कौन सा पांडा बोलते हैं उसको, वो सोने वाला पूरा टाइम नहीं, कुंग-फू पांडा तो फिर भी एक्टिव था, तो अभी मैं वो स्लॉथ, लेट्स जस्ट गो विद स्लॉथ, तो ये ज़्यादा बेटर हुआ है, तो वो हो गया. तो but then just going back to the question that you're asking, फिटनेस का कीड़ा, I think हर किसी के लाइफ में फिटनेस का कीड़ा और the beginning is pretty much similar. कि जब भी हम थोड़ा स्कूल में होते हैं 9th 10th अराउंड 11th, तो हर किसी को इम्प्रेस करने का बहुत सवार होता है. देन वन ऑफ द थिंग्स यू कैन गेट बेटर एट इट इज बाय जॉइनिंग द जिम. तो फिर ऑन एंड ऑफ चलते रहा, और उसके बाद में आई थिंक आई रियली पीक्ड जब मैं इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज में गया. इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज में जाने के बाद द कंपटीशन गेट्स फियर्स एंड देन इट ऑलवेज गेट्स द पीयर प्रेशर ऑलवेज गेट्स यू. तो उसके बाद में सबका देख के आई स्टार्टेड डेवलपिंग इंटरेस्ट, एंड देन आई थिंक वन ऑफ द पीपल हु आई वाज influenced was certainly you, because you've been a gym goer for a long
I'm grateful
time.
to hear that.
So yeah, that's where it all began. And then after that एक टाइम ऐसे भी आता है कि फिटनेस is not equals to gym always, and that's something that you start realizing. Then I took up on sports, I took up on CrossFit, and then the most recent fad I'm trying out is UFC. So UFC में you have jiu-jitsu, martial arts, and I hope you won't get mad at me for counting these jiu-jitsus and martial arts and fitness. So yeah, that's been my exposure.
Wow, that's really good. But any particular incident in your life which actually made you think about, made you start this journey?
लड़कियां पटाना.
नहीं, वो तो बहुत ज्यादा एफिशिएंट हो जाता है, मतलब हेल्दी फिट होने के बाद.
But then in all seriousness, I think मैं जब 10th clear की, when I got admitted into 11th and 12th, I had a certain body type जिसमें I have a tendency to gain weight very quickly. Like even if I see cakes and greasy food, मुझे लगता है कि वो मेरे body पे चढ़ जाएगा बस देखने भर से. I don't even have to eat it. So from that sense, back then I realized that if I don't get into fitness now, I'd be looking like that Anand Ambani, or maybe even bigger than that, but then I wouldn't have enough resources जिससे जाके मैं वो महंगे वाले ट्रेनर हायर कर सकता हूँ. So yeah, that was one realization that made me realize कि I better get started now before it's too late, and so far it's paid off.
Yeah, no, that's really good and interesting. कह सकते हैं कि enlightenment देर से हुआ दुरुस्त हुआ. So let's go to Harish. As we know all, like many of us know that you have never been a fitness freak. You always engage yourself in enjoying the luxury of life with the biking and other things.
That's a big lie.
But anyway, like when the journey kicked off for you, like when you started, when you realized in your life, how was your
I realized it after I saw the movie of Hrithik Roshan. Like, okay, this should be our body. I mean, that is the motivation. But that was the motivation, but there is no push. You always need a push to go beyond some point. And then I remember the first time we went to gym, like me and few folks, we went to gym. We started gym, we continued it for a month, and then after that we ended up playing video games. So, on the same time,
it's a very common story. Yeah.
Gym was kind of like at 7 o'clock in the morning, and then at 7 o'clock, instead of going to the gym, we just turn the bikes and go to the PlayStation parlor to play some games. So it's like we were gymming our fingers kind of thing. So but yeah, that was the fun time actually.
Yeah, but any particular incident in your life when you really took it seriously?
Yeah, the thing is, so I'll tell you about my background. I'm from the IT person, like having almost a decade of experience, more than a decade of experience of IT. You're working on the chair every day for 8 hours. So that's always a problem, because when you start your day, it was like from the morning till the evening, and sometime it gets stretched from 8 hours to 10 hours, 12 hours, depends on the situation. So वहाँ बैठ के मतलब there is a pain basically. After a few years you realize that okay, something is wrong. I mean, you automatically start gaining weight because you are on the same position. You're just working, looking at the screen, and that's what your work is. So you kind of increase your size automatically, and then after a while, like after 5-6 years, you realize that okay, something is hurting, something in your back is always paining. So that's a trigger point, I guess.
Interesting.
And that's how it started with me. Like after a while, I realized that okay, there is some problem with my body. Now I have to do something. I talked to a couple of folks. Then I joined a physiotherapist, and then person told me that I should work out regularly. Then that's how I started. But there is a trigger point. I was late in the race, but yeah, if
कोई नहीं,
अगर
मैं फिर से बोलूँगा. But that's interesting. Right. Like I can see that you were a little bit reactive, but that's fine. Like कभी तो शुरू करना है. You do it before your body tells you. वो कहते हैं ना कि body कंपेल कर इसके पहले तुम शुरू करो, नहीं तो फिर बॉडी तो वैसे भी बोली देगी कि चलो.
राइट. अगर मैंने ऋतिक रोशन का शायद if I watch more movies, I might have more motivated and started it, but
I wish Hrithik movies बनाते रहे और body transformation दिखाते रहे. All right, so let's move to our next question. I just want you to rate in our day-to-day life, and we are busy with our profession, our family, friends, entertainment, mostly with the job, especially when we pursue our career goals, when our jobs are so lucrative that we sacrifice. People tend to sacrifice their many important things at the cost of money. So how do you rate health and fitness on the scale of 10 in your life? How important it is for you? Let's start with Vineet.
Yeah, I mean, without fitness, you won't be able to do so many different things. um, for example, I was just talking to some friends of mine. We were talking about chalo chalte Leh Ladakh. Whenever I go back to India this time around, Leh Ladakh ki bullet trip pe jata hai. And it requires you to sit your butt down on the Royal Enfield Bullet for non-stop 7 days. I mean, most of the time you're driving. So unless you have a certain level of fitness, you wouldn't be able to achieve that. Okay, so I guess, and then it starts with that. And then for any physical activity, even अगर तुमको ट्रैक करना है कहीं पे जाके, because trekking is a big part of life, in at least in US and other countries. Yeah, you need fitness.
Endurance.
In order to get up in the morning fresh, not sluggish, not grumpy, then you need a certain level of fitness. That doesn't mean that everybody has to become like Millen Soman and start running 100 miles a day. So I mean, as long as
you're absolutely right. But if I want you to be very precise, how do you rate, like where you will rate on the scale of 10, if like the importance of fitness and health in life?
It's 10 on 10. Then there's no debating that. Because the reason I gave it 10 on 10 is because as you get older, the moment you start going past 33, 34, 35, I think we all are in the same boat. So that's where you start realizing that all the benefits you've accumulated through fitness is now going to reap its benefits. So it's all going to come to fruition. And then unless
so 10 out of 10 is pretty like very, very optimistic, but that's fine. Like if you perceive that, it's okay. But what do you reckon, Harish? Do you challenge or do you agree, or what's your views?
No, obviously I agree with him. I mean, you obviously need it.
Do you rate it 10 on the scale of
fitness? It's like it depends on person to person and how much time they have, obviously. But apart from that, you need to manage your time to go for the gym, or maybe not the gym, just go for a walk, like an hour or maybe 30 minutes a day. That's what my doctor recommended. My physician, he said last time that a person should, in a week, he should at least do a cardio of like 2 hours or 3 hours. That will kind of help your blood pressure and everything. So I think it depends upon, you can't rate it actually. It's
true,
completely depends upon like person, how they want to go
perceive it. No, that's really good, and what you said is really correct, that it's very difficult to rate it. However, it's very important, but we can't, it is something which can't be read. चलो अभी थोड़ा सीरियस मूड से थोड़ा फनी मूड में जाते हैं, थोड़ा एक वियर्ड सा क्वेश्चन पूछता हूँ, इफ यू डोंट माइंड, लाइक, और ये थोड़ा सा जेनरिक क्वेश्चन भी है, लाइक स्पेशली यूथ्स, काफी लोगों को एनकरेजमेंट भी होता है इससे, जब वो देखते हैं कि जो फिटनेस टाइकून्स है या फिटनेस आइकॉन्स है या काफी सारे यूट्यूबर्स आजकल, यू नो दैट सो मेनी पीपल शो ऑफ देयर डेली रूटीन ऑफ देयर जिम्नास्टिक एंड ऑल. सो रोमांटिक लाइफ पे इसका कुछ फर्क पड़ता है क्या? नहीं पड़ता है तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है, इवन इफ यू आर बैचलर और इवन आफ्टर मैरिज? इफ यू वुड लाइक टू शेयर, वी स्टार्ट विद विनीत.
कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता भाई, आदमी थड़की का थड़की रहता है. तुम जिम जाओ ना जाओ, आदमी हरामी का हरामी रहेगा. और वैसे भी अगर जितना थड़की जितना वर्कआउट करता है बेडरूम के अंदर, उतना ही वो फिट हुआ ना वैसे भी.
तो what's your say on that, Harish?
That's what I heard, like कहीं तो भी पढ़ा था मैंने, that when you kiss you burn more calories.
That's a quite witty. but
Yeah,
खुद
that's
को
how people started making the six pack.
मिरर
No, no,
मिरर
good,
में
it's
खुद
quite
को किस
interesting.
करने से मिरर में खुद को किस करने से कैलोरीज बर्न होती है क्या?
All right. Okay, cool. Yeah, good. Yeah, quite interesting. All right, so
But
और भी कुछ
just a
questions
second.
है और
Yeah,
time कम है, so let's move on because
Vivek, I have a question for you actually.
yeah,
So
sure.
you remember like when long back, we used to ask you some question, like one question that is like, how's your Jiman? Because you were
But
kind of a gym freak, right? Those days from the college days, and then so
yeah,
instead of like how's your Jivan, we used to ask you how's your Jiman.
yeah, I
I will
remember.
still ask you how's your Jiman, and you never answered the question. So.
But you never gave me options. Yeah, but
Yo,
jokes apart, like for me, it's always like it started since childhood. I never had any incidents which triggered me or which flogged me for the like the fitness and all. But it started with my family. Like my father was always my inspiration. He was always a fit person, and I could see in the society how impressive personality he was, and how your aura becomes when you keep yourself fit, how positivity you dissipates, which was quite impressive. And yeah, it was quite motivating for me to start that journey pretty early in life. But anyway, let's but आज हमें guest से ज़्यादा सुनना है, so let's move on. And my next question to you guys would be like what do you think, Vineet and Harish, that only for being fit or towards fitness only the workout, training and yoga and these things works, or do you think the diet also plays important role? Or if it does, then how much you think, how would you divide it? Like how would you how weightage you would give?
Harish, you want to go first?
Yeah, I think the answer is simple. So you remember in engineering they used to say us like how much you take and then how much you give. And based on that, like that's the principle is like if you're eating less, you may able to burn more calories. Maybe not, but yeah, I mean, if you eat less, you may able to gain less. So and to be fit in the society is like if you have less weight, people consider it as fit, and even I think everyone says that as a fit, and even doctor considers that fit.
Yeah,
but
that's
there are two different aspects
normal.
to it.
Yeah, that's a normal sentiment. Yeah. So what about you, Vinit? How what's your views on this?
Yeah. Once a nobleman said, 80% of your muscles are built in kitchen. So yeah, 20% is सिर्फ gym में बनता है. So and then we actually spend 80% of our energies in gym and 20% in kitchen. So that's something we need to be really aware of. कि diet makes muscles, and then gym only put some a little weight on top of it.
No, absolutely, totally agree with that. Yeah, cool. All right, it was a really good takeaway, and just because we are running out of time and just like we have only 1 minute, I would like to wrap up this session with my final question to you guys: that what next? You have any milestone or any? So if I would appreciate if you just quickly cover it in like you have 20 seconds each. Start with Vinit.
Yeah. So what next, right? So we are millennials. We are right at the mark of our 34th, 35th, 36th birthdays. So whoever have exercised routinely, regularly throughout their lives, let's say the fitness life begins sometime around 15, 16, are sure gonna reap the benefits going forward. Okay.
So just to cut it short, to my question very precisely, a bodybuilder or a happy and fit person, what would you choose? What's your next plan?
Like I said at the beginning, I mean, everything is regularity. Even if you go to a gym, call yourself a bodybuilder, and then you're maintaining a proper diet, you're fit. If you go on a walk, take a proper diet, you're fit. So in retrospection, if you have done your part, you're going to reap the benefits. But then if you haven't, I think this is the right time to start exercising, working out. And then there's no definition to, okay, this is the right way towards fitness. Any exercise, even it includes walking, from your bedroom to kitchen, that also is considered as fitness. So I would say right now is the right time.
Okay, cool. So what about you, Harish? You want to see yourself a bodybuilder or a fit person, happy person?
No, I
Enjoy
think
the food and all.
it's better to be a fit person rather than be a bodybuilder, because we are on the age where we need to take care of ourselves. The body is our temple. If we want to work more, I think we need to preserve our
rightly said,
body.
body is a temple, lekin ghanta mat bajao. But rightly said, you guys. Rightly said. Fitness is important. Yeah, bodybuilding and all is for show off. It's good to have, but yeah, fitness is a paragon. It's the need of time. Looking at our millennial age. So thank you so much, guys. It was really very interesting. It was a very, very intriguing session. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So guys, stay tuned for our next interesting episodes. Till then, bye. Thanks, Vinny. Thanks, Harish.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.